It's time for Cenk to run for president. He's doing it. He's doing it, silly gooses. Yes, I am running against Joe Biden for the Democratic nomination. Joe Biden is down 24 points on the economy. He has no ability to make up that kind of ground on the most important issue. We need a new candidate now. And I can't, dude. Y'all, the intrusive thoughts won. The intrusive thoughts won this day. Oh, no. Alright, let's check out his website. The most important election of our lifetimes, we need a new candidate. The Biden is 13 points lower than when he barely beat Trump in the Electoral College by 44,000 votes. Biden is 24 points behind Trump on the economy, the most important issue. Biden is currently trailing Trump when he has to win the popular vote by 5 points to win the Electoral College. Now, all of this is based on polling, and the polling I've seen that indicates this is very, very weak and has a lot of different, factors in it that make me not want to trust the polling when it comes up with something like Biden is 24 points down on the economy. Citation needed. Citation needed. You're gonna do so well, Uncle Cenk. Can't wait. The fighting will be great. I mean, there is no fight here. There's no, like, that's part of the problem, right? Like, he's not going to even, like, surpass Marianne Williamson on this issue. Marianne Williamson at least has, like, name recognition, and when you Google Marianne Williamson's name, you don't come up with a clip of Marianne Williamson arguing that she would legalize bestiality. Like, I'm sorry. There is no shot that he actually manages to reach a critical mass in the polls. Oh, God. I wonder if Hassan will be his running mate. I mean, we saw Hassan. We saw Hassan talk about this with Cenk, and it was pretty clear that that was not the case. Bestiality. Oh, yeah. So again, I showed it once on stream, but just we'll do it again. Yeah. Here we go.
I believe that I am going. If I were the ruler,
It's from a while ago.
Dictator of the world, I would legalize bestiality where you are giving. You are pleasuring the animal. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. Now why? Why did that happen? It's the dumbest thing I've said.
It really is the dumbest thing you said.
No, I'll tell you why. Because, like, so there's, like, was the case that we covered where there was,
I mean,
like,
on top of this just being completely out of pocket, his justification for it is actually worse.
a guy or a girl or something that was pleasuring a horse, and the horse came to a conclusion, right? So who got harmed?
You know that people who are, okay, look, not to be a downer about what you're saying, because what you're saying sounds kind of funny, but a lot of people who are being raped can actually, like, have an orgasm. So, like, if a guy is being raped, he can have an orgasm. Like,
yeah, I don't know where this goes from here. I don't want to look at these images. Oh yeah, it's just like a bunch of images after that of, like, malformed animals. So that's all the clip we needed. We didn't need the rest of it. So anyway, yeah, that clip doesn't come up if you Google Marianne Williamson's name. You know, that's the point I'm trying to make. I don't really want to know where it goes. Thank you for that clip. I don't think I deserve thanks for that, if anything. All right. So then we have the very real and legitimate section of the website, which is policy, policy, policy. 1. Time off for mothers. 2. Higher wages. 3. Affordable health insurance. 4. Fight corruption. These aren't policies. Public option is the closest thing to a policy. $15 minimum wage is kind of a policy. But again, you need to implement, you need to like have a plan to implement these things, and that's the entire website. If you thought there were like more things to click on, no, this is the entire goddamn website. In Arial font. Looks like a GeoCities site from the 90s. It's actually worse. GeoCities sites had like weird things going on in the background. Well, I'm sold. Yeah, no, this is it. This is the website. Paid for by Cenk for America. God. This is embarrassing, chat. Yeah, GeoCities sites would have like hell flame off to the sides, or like sparkle text or something, you know? I just like oh yeah, no one's ever gotten in the office and had the idea to end gerrymandering before. But how? How are you gonna do that? You should have that listed on your website. Also, again, the election is in like, you know, the primary cutoffs are in like a month. You know? Like, his plan, the entire thing he was talking about, getting governors to enter the race, I just have to say, that's bullshit. Okay, I was hesitant about it at first, but that's bullshit. Like, the cutoff for the governors to get involved in this race is in a month. And he's saying, oh, well, if I hit 20% in the polls, bitch, you are not hitting 20% in the polls. You know that. You're not hitting 20% in a goddamn month. He's going to grassroots raise? I mean, maybe, but again, political fundraising is a lot different. Like you can't just like take the money and run, like run off somewhere. Like, you actually have to use the money for campaigning. Yeah, literally the only image on the website, aside from his logo, is his profile picture from Twitter. This is so unserious, dude. And on top of this, it's just like, what gets me the most is Cenk Uygur has a brand built on telling the truth. And very, very clearly, he's lying here. He's lying. There is no shot he is running under the idea that other governors are going to get in. Governors are going to get into the race if he's doing moderately well. No. Honestly, the only thing I can think of is that he's selling a book, or somebody is paying him to do this. I don't know which it is. But like, it's so it's so transparent. Like even politicians who are running for president just as part of like a grift to drum up like PR for their book or whatever. They start planning their run like a year in advance at least. Yes, he did just write a book. But usually you write the book after, or you release the book after you've announced you're running. And then it becomes a glorified book tour. But he's not going to get any of the benefits of announcing for running for president. I just don't understand what the calculus is here. Like, I know that, like, but, like, who's going to interview him seriously? You know, like, how is this going to boost his book sales when no one who is remotely paying attention to politics is going to interview this guy? Not saying he's being paid to be a wedge candidate, but isn't it funny that Cenk declared that he'd primary Biden immediately after RFK Jr. announced as an independent? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I'm still thinking about the mall from last night. Is Cenk in there? Maybe he's lost. Yeah, maybe we're in the gray world. I mean, like, Cenk is a skilled and talented guy. And, like, I held his political analysis, at least domestically, in pretty high regard for a very long time. And this is just baffling to me. You know? Oh yeah, people in the GOP are very upset that RFK Jr. is running as an independent. I mean, like, this is the media. This is the media outlet that is covering Cenk's initial announcement here. Semaphore. Like, it's the gas leak in the TYT building. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of on board with gas leak theory. Progressive pundit Cenk Uygur will challenge President Biden for the Democratic nomination, offering himself as an alternative to an incumbent who is definitely going to lose if he makes it to the general election. I'm going to do whatever I can to help him decide that this is not the right path, Uygur, 53, told Semaphore as he prepared to file for the 2024 Nevada primary. If he retires now, he's a hero. He beat Trump. He did a good job of being a steward of the economy. If he doesn't, he loses to Trump, and he's the villain of the story. The founder of the Young Turks media channel had repeatedly urged Biden to quit the race, calling his re-election bid intensely selfish and warning that it made a Trump victory likelier. Which is, man... I mean... from my perspective, it's the save for him. God. He urged at least a dozen people to enter the race before deciding to try it for himself as proxy for Democratic opposition to Biden, focusing on popular issues like a higher minimum wage, a public option for healthcare, and paid family leave. It isn't like I have giant policy disagreements with Biden, Uygur said. I actually intend to fight for those incredibly popular policies and pass them. Biden hasn't tried that because his donors don't want him to. Uygur was born in Istanbul and immigrated to the United States from Turkey in 1978, but believed that the Constitution's natural-born citizens clause wouldn't disqualify him from running. The issue would end up in the Supreme Court, he said, and be a slam-dunk victory. It's another good reason to run. I'm tired of 25 million Americans having this albatross around their neck. I genuinely don't know to what extent this is like a huge onerous burden to naturalized citizens, but you know, like if that does get done away with, I guess that'd be good. Yeah. And then we have David's view. Democrats have ignored the president's primary challengers, and that won't change for Uygur. He won just 7% of the vote in his first bid for office, a long-shot progressive run for Congress in Southern California. And early polling of the first primary states, which found a majority of Democrats ready to support a Biden alternative, didn't entice anyone else into the race. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., who on Monday bolted the party to run as an independent candidate, was trailing Biden by 45 and 70 points. But Uygur said he could break through in a way that Biden's other challenger, Marianne Williamson, had not. She's a terrific person with great policies, he added. He'd learned from his House campaign that the mainstream media, generally speaking, are grotesque liars, and wasn't afraid of scrutiny of his brash or suggestive on-air comments, a problem that cost him the endorsement of Bernie Sanders in his congressional race. I don't believe in traditional campaigning. I will do almost all of my campaigning in the media. I love dinners. Diners? Oh, dinners. Wait. No, diners. What, sorry, that... I was not expecting that word to show up. That threw me for a loop. I love meeting actual voters, but that's mythology. And you're not going, is the gas leak here? No. Why is he saying the word diner so much? That's so weird. Okay. Sorry. I'm just gonna reread that. I don't believe in traditional campaigning. I will do almost all of my campaigning in the media. I love diners. I love meeting actual voters, but that's mythology, and you're not going to diner your way out into beating an incumbent president. What? Uygur has a different audience than Kennedy or Williamson. He worked briefly as an MSNBC commentator, but parted ways with the network 12 years ago, focusing on building his progressive video news channel, which has set 5.6 million YouTube subscribers. This is wild, dude. That's from David Weigel. You know, like, I got nothing. I got nothing for you guys. It's just nanners. It's just nanners. It's sad. I don't get it. And it seems like a thoughtless like cash grab, frankly.